Yeah, a little coffee, outdoors, a little bit of wiping your nose in your sleeve. I mean, it don't get better than that. Woo! Those wood ticks are everywhere and in everything. Man, that bear was just staring me down. I got within about 40 feet of him. I do it like the cowboys do it. Or did it. They probably didn't do it that way either, but I'm doing the way the cowboys did it. Coat the pan, making sure to get all of the ants and mouse crap. There's the bro. Hey, bro! Bro! Nothing bad's gonna happen. There we go. I schmutzed myself. Whatever! Wood ticks. Great. It is late Friday night. This is getting out a lot later than I normally do. I probably don't have enough time to get to my site and set it up without doing it in the dark, but I got a ton of batteries. I've got lamps, headlamps, and I like a challenge, something a little different. I'm going to be heading out for 5, 6, maybe 7 nights. That would be a world record for me. Personal best. 7 nights would be my PV. That would be kind of cool. 7 nights a week out in the wild, in the bush. Should be a little bit rainy today, tomorrow, the next day. There might be some cloudy days there without the rain. The weather is supposed to be much warmer than my last trip, so I'm thinking lows of around 7 or 8, as opposed to -1, -2, plus a wind chill. Hopefully I won't have to be warming my hands on the Coleman stove as much. I'm still growing my hairs back on my hands, and a little bit of poison ivy. That's a special little treat. Not sure where that came from, but I got to get rolling. It's time to hit that water and make some waves. Let's do it. Steve Show. Let's get out another adventure. Load it up. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Let's go then. It's getting a little dark. A little cloudy. I'm about 20 minutes in. It's windy out there, but I'm in a little bit of a lee side of this little island here, and it's awesome. Nice and quiet. I might have to change into my rain stuff, maybe. I'm not sure if I really dragged my ass or not getting out. Definitely, as I say, later than I normally do. I'll be setting up in the dark, but this is possibly 6 or 7 nights, so I took my time. A little bit with regards to my gear, making sure I had enough, the right things that were working, more lighters, more food, more socks, more underwear, cold wear, wet wear. If it's warm, you know, in the sun, you're out. I need more t-shirts, but maybe long sleeve tees. Gets a lot more complicated. You want your fishing gear to be where it needs to be. New line, backup rods, backup reels, ton of ammo, I was gonna say. Fish ammo, I think they call it tackle. Or bait. I don't know. I just went a little slower, but as the old saying goes, go slow to get there fast. Wherever there is, whatever is yours will be there waiting for you when you get there. Birds and the frogs going crazy, saying hello. I'm thinking this little rocky outcropping on this island could work. All right, I'm docked. And docked and locked. That's where I'm at. And let's go explore. I know this is going to be a bit of a pain coming up that hill, but you know what? Something different. Looks like a nice spot for a tenty tent for Orangey. Or I think Orangey might approve. But let's see. See, I'm up here. I mean, it's a gorgeous view. It'd be an awesome place for a tent. Let's see what's in back here. Maybe a little bit more sheltered. It's a further walk, which every foot carrying gear back and forth. It's a little mucky. How about this? That's too ridgy, too bumpy, too lumpy. I think I'm going to stick with my original site, or spot for the tent anyways. I'm going to stay at this site. Something different. Never been here before, and I think this could be an awesome spot right here. I don't dread it. I mean, I don't look forward to it. It's part of the process, but unloading, if I could have a buddy here that would, well, even two buddies, a buddy that would row me here and a buddy that would unload all that stuff, another buddy that would set it all up and go back home. See you in 5. That would be awesome. Ain't gonna happen. Let's get started. So I got my tent set up just in time. I think I sat down by about 10 o'clock. I used most of the pegs, but not all of them, just because it's a bit of a time crunch and it looked like some ugly clouds were coming. And I did not set up my green tent, the tarp, because I'm just not into tying knots, 4 or 5 different knots in the dark with my headlamp. So I got stuff under another tarp. I put the fishing rods and firewood that I brought underneath that tarp, along with the Coleman stove, so it's all out of the rain. My barrels are out there. Everything's up the rock where I'm on. Canoes pulled up so it doesn't float away, and so that I don't have to get up in the middle of the night and reposition it like last trip. I had some beans, black beans, potato chips, and a red hot Thai pepper. That's tradition. I love it. It was nice and quick. I did, though, kick over the can when I was coming in to the tent. I lost about a third of them. That was awesome. I just made up for it with chips. It's about 4 right now. Feels nice though. No wind. It's mild wind maybe. It never ended up raining. It was like sort of like a little drizzly going for there a little bit, but it's very fresh. I can't believe it. I'm out here. I still need to set up my sleep system. It's about 11:45. I'm in no rush to go to sleep. I don't care what time I get up in the morning. I'm just going to take it easy tomorrow. Set up my tarp, organize a little bit more, explore a little bit. Knocking back a little bit of a treat, having some raisins. It's hard to believe that I'm out here. You know, you plan, make your lists, buy your stuff, load it, unload, etc. It's a lot of work, but it's still a little bit of a shock when you are actually out here. And you look around, it's nature 360 heavy duty, but it's incredible. It doesn't get much better than this. Good morning. It is morning number 1. Slept well. I had 2 sweaters on and didn't need one of them. I usually wear a little pair of gloves too, some nice fleecies. I wore those, but probably didn't need them. I woke up at about 6:30 in the morning, had a little water, passed out till about 8:30 again. No signs of wildlife last night, nice and quiet. A lot of geese. Geese honking and screaming out there. It is breakfast time. Got my traditional oatmeal and raisin cinnamon pumpkin seeds. Mix those in there. This is already boiled up, ready to roll. That is way too watery, but I'll down the chunks first and drink what's left. Glamorous. This ain't glamping. It's 10 times better. Got my gear pile over there. I've got a little pile of wood under the tarp. My fishing crate. Food barrel here. And my possibles barrel, orangey, and I guess I could show you too. My breakfast shots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 in the pot for 8 breakfasts. Maximum I'm going to need is 7. So I've got a backup in case I need to spend more time out here because something happens. Ain't nothing going to happen. Nothing going to be happening. Just putting that out there. All fun stuff. Awesome stuff. Incredible stuff. Nothing bad's going to happen. There we go. Little oatmeal juice. Nothing wrong with that. You like cinnamon water. Actually, if I didn't know that that was oatmeal backwash, cinnamon water, I might like that. So, welcome to Steve's show, cooking show. All right, I'm still lakeside, but let's take a peek inside here. I'm going to get myself some breakfast going. I've had some additional breakfast going. I've had my oatmeal. I've got some popcorn. We're not doing that right now. Calm down. I've got olive oil. And I'm going to try and melt that out a little bit. I've got my coffee, pre-ground. And what else is in here? More popcorn. And a lot more popcorn. A little bag. Oh, and cocoa. That's right. I brought cocoa and coffee because I anticipate a fair amount of paddling. Hard to say where I'm going to end up. I might stay at this site. I might go to another one. And if it's windy, I like to... I want to make sure I'm jacked with some artificial motivation. Something coursing through my veins like cocoa or caffeine from the coffee. All right. Check on that coffee. Coffee water. Oh, we're ready to roll. Grab myself some coffee. Boom. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Very scientific. Very exacting measurements. Stir it around. This is sort of like the Bushman's version of the French press. So far, it's exactly the same. I'm going to let that, I guess you could say, steep for just a moment or 5. I decided to go with eggs again. I tried them for the first time out camping anyways last trip, but I kind of wanted to not like them, or they were okay and not worth the hassle because you got to transport them without, you got to buy them, pack them, load them. You don't want them to break. It's extra weight. I've got to keep them cool out here, at least out of the sun. I buried mine in some moss and leaves just to keep them cool. I was kind of not wanting to like them that much to justify all that. But as it turns out, they were freaking awesome. Loved the eggs. Coffee, eggs, oatmeal. Jeez. It was good. It was really good. I definitely preferred the once over as opposed to the scrambled that I had with the hash browns. I had once over the next day, and they were better. And so anyways, I really enjoyed them, and I'm doing them again. I brought out 2 dozen, and they didn't break on the way here. And I haven't stepped on them yet, which was a thing. That was over there. That was a thing. Coat the pan, making sure to get all of the ants and mouse crap covered. Right there, mouse crap. It's not. Well, yet. This is a long trip. It'll have a chance to get coated in all kinds of fun stuff. We'll see how much of a mess I can make. And, ew, check it out. I know I talked about it the last time. Really proud of that little spatula cam. It's like, yeah, that's going to be nice. As you can see, the stove is not level again. And I don't care. So what you can do is you can put a little bit of cold water onto this coffee. So don't forget, this is with the grounds in the bottom of the pot. If you put a little bit of cold water onto it, it tends to, it shoves the grounds to the bottom so that you're not drinking the grounds. But it cools off the coffee a heck of a lot, and I hate, cold coffee. So what you do is I just call like a gravity drop, and it's by gravity forcing those grounds to the bottom, and it works really well. Not too much shaking, and we could be good to go. So try this. This cup is, you may recognize this cup from, oh, I spilt my coffee, or, ooh, I spilt my wine, or my Radler, or water, or. And, yeah, we still got some heat there, and it's had enough time to sort of simmer itself out. This is rich coffee. See, there's no grounds coming out. Well, there's a couple big pieces. I don't really care about the big pieces because that I can spit out into the water when I'm fishing. Half of that is actually oatmeal that's coming out. There's always a little bit of oatmeal in my coffee. A little bit of coffee in my oatmeal. A little popcorn in the coffee in the morning. The only one I refuse, well, yeah, I do get a little bit of coffee taste in the popcorn too, so. I think you can see that it works. See, there's some bigger pieces, but that's cool. Those are spitters. It's just when you get like a mouthful of grounds and it's gross. Let's see, there we go. A little bit more. And there. See the grounds that are left there? They're all in the bottom. Awesome. Works very well. A little bit of a coffee test. See if it's... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's coffee. Yeah, I eyeballed that pretty good. 2 heaping teaspoons per a mug about that size, and allowing for a little bit of boil off. Yeah, little coffee outdoors. A little bit of wiping your nose in your sleeve. I mean, it don't get better than that. Woo! Actually, it's gonna. We're gonna fry up some eggs. It's your one-handed. Not bad. Okay, and then, ooh, even better. You are getting pro at this, my friend. Wow. That already smells killer. Something about outdoors and coffee and geez. What was I doing inside? A little bit of salt. Finally got my salt shaker working. A little bit of pink him. A little more. I think that's good. I think that's her. I don't want too much salt. I don't want too little salt, or it would be ruined. All right, I'm curious as to whether or not this spatula is workable or if it's defective. I leveled out the Coleman here. I mean, I'm on a pretty steep incline here. Can't even see the canoe down on the shore. And that totally helps it out here. All right. Get this settled. There we go, brah. Bro! Bro! Yeah, you know where I'm going with this. I'm going to try and do it. Could be a tall order. Maybe not. Oh, like a pro, bro! Look at that. One more. Oh, and finally, wow. I think that there is no way I could have done that with a fork. So the spatula that we haven't used, that is now part of my camp set, will be a permanent addition, as long as I do eggs. That worked very well. Good job, spatula. Look at him. What a good boy. That's a good boy, spatula. It's not completely lost on me that saying it doesn't get better than this a lot of times is not only redundant. That was oatmeal in there, believe it or not. Not only redundant, but non-applicable at times, I guess, or every time that you say it. But as long as it doesn't get much better than this, situations keep coming, I ain't complaining. I'm just rolling with them. Right now, eggs, coffee. Going fishing in an hour? Dudes! Brah! Bro! It don't get better than this. Woo! Woo! There's a little bit of an echo here. Woo! Give me a woo! Oh, yeah. Ooh. Nice eggs, brah. Where'd you get the eggs, brah? Oh, man. I am going to try something a little different this evening when I start popping the popcorn. I'm going to go with, I actually brought out, I'll show you later, I brought out coconut oil. I'm going to pop popcorn with pink Himalayan salt and coconut oil on a fire after I've been fishing. I'm not going to say it. It doesn't get... Yeah, I know, I'm a bit of a child. A lot of a bit of a child, mostly a child. But we've done the popcorn cam, coffee cam, egg cam. We're going to do it shoreside. Let's go. There's the new to me. She got me out here last night. Good girl. Oh, yeah. Did I remember a fork? No. Oh, I can feel it in my pocket. I knew I did. I knew it. I knew it. Okay. 360. Okay. Enough of that. Taking it right out to the shore. Right there. That's my view. Let's set her down. First taste. I've mentioned before, I think this rivals. I think it rivals the walleye. Cheers. Awesome. I ran back to snag my coffee. Still toasty. See? Coffee bean. Big deal. I'm not going to drag out a French press or a percolator and get carried away with all sorts of extra equipment that you don't need, that weighs too much, that you have to move back and forth and carry. So I do it like the Cowboys do it, or did it. They probably didn't do it that way either, but I'm doing the way the Cowboys did it. Eggs and coffee adventure. I should probably get my tarp up. Maybe sharpen my knife. But I might just lie on a rock and do nothing for a little while. Zero. Nothing. Lie on a rock and look at the sky. Yell at the clouds. No rain! No rain! It's going to rain. No, it won't. I think we're going to be good. I see some blue clouds coming over there. Today's supposed to be partly cloudy. And that's what she is so far. No! I knew it was too good to be true. First tick of the season, I found them just on my hat, flicked them off onto my coffee cup. Here we go. Well, hopefully there's only a few of them. Like a few hundred. A few hundred on a 7-day trip, 7-night trip would be okay, I guess. Few hundred. A few hundred per day. Even that would be okay in comparison to what I've had in the past. Wood ticks. Great. I got my tent up. Okay, it's a tarp. For all you bushwhacking bushcrafters. Got my rods, firewood, tinder box, tinder bag, stove, fishing gear there. Just in time, getting a little bit of sprinkles. I'm going to get some line on my reels. I've got 4 rods that I have to spool up and head out that way somewhere. that way. The rain has moved in a little bit. It's sort of off and on. There was actually a little burst of sunshine that was really hot. So it's kind of gear on, gear off. But I decided I'm just going to stay in my tent vestibule and grab a little lunch. So chickpeas. I went with the high-end stuff. Again, great value. Walmart. A little bit of red hot Thai peppers. As always, I went also with... Oh, don't run away. Come back. There he is. I got some great value regular Ripple chips. And a Radler. This is grapefruit flavor. Just a little midday meal, pound in her back. Yummy! Just improvising with everything here. I've got my hot seat, my toasty tush on my chair. For a table, I've got tackle boxes. I mean, for a guy going out into fishing, I mean, is there a better table than stacked with tackle boxes? I got all of my 4 rods spooled up. There's nothing like fresh line. Make you feel like a man. I'm going to make myself some pine tea and probably crash. I want to have a big day tomorrow. I'm going to do a little bit more exploring. I'm going to do some fishing. I did do some fishing just off of the point over there. I caught 3 pike, a small, medium, and a large, one of each flavor. That was just from the shore. You're bank fishing, as they say. But so I'm going to have that pine tea to warm up a little bit. It got chilly real fast. As soon as that sun went down, it was a gorgeous sunset. It got really cold. Let's see here. That's what I mean. That is, call it 3. Thankfully, I have a toasty tush, toasty seat, heat a seat. I'm going to get this pine tea rolling, warm up. I think I'm going to crawl into my toasty sleeping bag, have a nice winter's nap in the forest. The pine's going to be great too. That'll be a nice toaster. I'll have to remember. I remembered last night. I used the facilities a couple times last night. My new big facilities inside the tent, because I ain't going outside when it's that cold. Too many details? Too much info? Too bad. We are going to get some tea rolling. Get all that down in there. I've got my Woodman's spatula, my Mora knife. I love it. All right, let's check on that. Let's check on that, baby. Oh. See how it goes down. Stir it all up. Make sure I'm extracting all the goodies. I try to keep the lid on as much as possible to keep in as many of the essential oils and medicinals and yummy taste, as opposed to it evaporating off or vaporizing. We're rocking. Pine tea, baby! There are a couple of beavers swimming back and forth. I just noticed them here from this angle because I'm in the tarp tent. And they're going back and forth, and they're really interested in the canoe. What that new to me is doing there. I think that I may be near their house. I don't think there's a lodge anywhere or anything along those lines. Doesn't look like a lot of trees down. I think they're just exploring. Let's see how it's really worked its way down, reduced itself. I like a strong tea, so I just let it go longer. Some people like just a light pine tea. Very similar to maybe like a jasmine tea, but I like it. I like my pine tea a little stronger. If you're familiar with Scotch, that's what I'm shooting for. All right, she's ready. I'm trying to leave as much of the leaf. Yeehaw! Look at that. Pine tea. Mission accomplished. Well, that's why it's cold. It definitely feels it. I think it's time to grab that hot seat. My little bit of tea there, my cup, and head inside for the evening. Good night. Oatmeal's cooked up. I think I'm going to have it out on the patio. Come on. Come with. Let's check it out. That's what we're talking about. Now that's a breakfast patio. Morning number 2 in the wilds, getting off to a eggy start. Doing a little fishing. Gotta bring a little food. Who wants to go fishing? Oh, I do! I do! Let's go! We are spooled up. Nothing like the smell of fresh line in the morning. Oh, smells like walleye! Want to see something sad? Right there. Loading the boat and forgot to move my coffee. The wind snagged it. Look at that. This is bleeding cocoa. Let's go fishing. I'm going to explore it too a little bit. It's probably going to be closer to about, well, 50-50 exploring, 50-50 fishing. 50-50? Sean! Come here. There we go. There he is. There's the bro. Hey, bro! Bro! There he is. He's a nice guy. All right, bye-bye. And he's gone. Wally. There's a big, huge bear on that island right over there. Get ready. Oh, that dude was huge. He was right there. That's like 50 feet. Just staring me down. He crashed off into the bush. Nice. Let's go make a fire right over there and have some popcorn with him. Yes. Wow. Man, that bear was just staring me down. I got within about 40 feet of him. Huge. Damn. Like 2 or 3 big German Shepherd Rottweiler looking things. I think it looks like a 400-pound Rottweiler. Wow. Well, we're going to see if he got to my tent while we were gone. Visiting my site. That bear made it within a block of my site. He hasn't checked it out. Everything is still standing. Coleman, candle, chair. tent. Everything looks good. But man, he just stared me down and he stood up because I guess he lost me when I was coming up. He let me get within 40 feet. I paddled about a half a block, and I guess he lost me in the rocks, and I couldn't see him either. And then I saw him standing up. Oh, yeah. Makes you feel alive. Predators on the prowl. He wanted some of my fish. I didn't catch any fish. I did, actually. I caught a fish. I mean, but not with me. He's close. He's watching me right now. I can feel your eyes. Feel your eyes on me, bear. Oh. And we're home. Head up there and see. Go on, bear. Get bear. They understand that. Go on, bear. Get. Sight looks good. Go on, bear. Everything is untouched. He's out there somewhere pretty close. Come on. I'm on a big island this time, so we're not crammed in. Fire's ready to roll. Roll for popcorn. It's popcorn time, baby. Fire's rock and rolling. I am going to make some pine tea again. It's night 3. It's a little cool. Not that cool. Last night was chilly. Chilly on my dogs. Don't know what that means. Toasty by the fire, that's for sure. Melting my boots. Melting my boots. So I'm going to brew up some pine tea. It was awesome last night. I stayed up for about, at least 45 minutes and checked out the stars. That's why it was cold, because it was completely clear, and there was Shaw shooting star, and it was just gorgeous. So I decided to do it again. Pine tea was awesome. Beautiful. It smells awesome by the fire in particular. Don't spill it. Nope, that's gonna spill. That's gonna spill. That's definitely gonna spill. That's gonna spill. Well, there we go. That works. Tell me I'm not a Mr. Fix-It. Nice. Could have been doing that the whole time. I've got a little bit of wood left. And if that goes, I've got plenty in the forest. Yeah, that's the way that works. Rocking on. Evening 3. You know what time it is. Time for popcorn. I'm going to do something a little different. Coconut oil. Do you think it is gone a little solid because of the temperature? Yes. It's like crayons. I'll get it out. Carved myself out a little corner of coconut oil. Chuck that in there. Got some salt in. I got big chunks of coconut oil. We'll see how this goes. Let's get her on the fire. Oh, that's just magic to my ears. Heaven to my nose. So awesome day today. Day number 3. I went out and did a little bit of fishing. I got my rods and reels all spooled up. Tried a couple of techniques. Did my Texas rig, Ned rig, drop shot, Carolina rig. Saw deer, an otter, little turtle sunning himself. Saw that bear. Haven't seen anything from him yet again tonight. Just fine with me, obviously. Obviously. Oh, look at that. Oh. It smells like pine, campfire, and coconut mixed with popcorn right now. I mean, wow. Wow. How best can I put it? Wow. Wow. The moment of truth. Oh, yeah. Massive surprise. It's freaking awesome. And yeah, hands down. Coconut oil. Way better than olive oil. Wow. Oh, yeah. Popcorn in the outdoors. It don't get better than this. It is morning number 3. Last night wasn't too cold. It's warm. It's about 22, 23. It's no shirt weather. It's incredible. It's the first day like this this year, 2024. But the wind is 40, gusting to 60. So it pushed me pretty far out this way. I decided to get out anyways. I'm going to do some exploring. A couple flicks out there, have a lunch. But I want to see what is up there. Who do you think lives in there? Maybe that dude I saw yesterday. Oh, check it out. That's pretty cool. Is that even real? Oh, it feels so cool. It feels like bone. Is that real? It is. I just realized that I've been walking for a while and I didn't flag my path. Not the smartest. But I know where the water is. So eventually, that's where I have to end up. Check out that dude. Look at them chompers. Well, I made it to the ancient healing rock. Still up. Touch it and all your dreams come true. I mean, why come all the way out here for the ancient healing wishing rock when I could just screw it, take her home, baby? Nah. That would probably translate to bad luck. Okay. No messing around, we're authentic now. Scully's got a buddy, but not a permanent buddy. Scully's the good luck for this ship. I'm not dragging two of them around. Oh, yeah. Not gonna lie, it's a little cold, but that feels nice. Whenever you get your feet in the lake, first week of May, damn, you're doing something right. It ain't Chianti and fava beans, that's for sure, but I did have kidney beans, and let's do a little bit of Cabernet. Got her chilling. Plastic glass this time around. I only put a slight chill on it. I mean, I know it's supposed to be a room temperature-ish, but everything out here is really hot. I bet you 24, 25. All right. Tonight is night 4. And it's supposed to be really windy. And tomorrow's supposed to be rain and wind again. We've got a couple nice nights after that, or a couple nice days anyways. Awesome! That's good stuff. That's good juice. It's gorgeous. As I say, it's good juice. Woo! I'm going to explore a couple more sites for the future. Always got to scope those out. You're never going to have too much success finding a decent site in an appropriate amount of time, especially if weather's a factor, by going out and looking for a site when you're planning on staying at the same time. This way I cruise around, I can be picky, and I know exactly where to go. And if I have a little bit more time, like this trip too, what I'll do too is I will clear out the site a little bit. Get rid of any dead wood, some rocks, make a better landing for the canoe. That way I can just sort of pull in, get set up, and chill. It can feel a little daunting when, or a little scary. Now you freak out a little bit of stress level to it. If you come out and you can't find a spot, either because there's nothing appropriate. I mean, sometimes you need a guard against the wind, so you need some trees, but you need to find a shoreline that you can access with your canoe, and water levels go up and down. Depends on how much privacy you want, where you're going to plan on exploring or fishing. It's got to be somewhere in the neighborhood. You want to be canoeing an hour and a half back and forth. I found some treasures today. Those were killer. You know you're in the middle of nowhere if you come across that. It's hard to believe that there would be anywhere that people haven't sort of walked through, but I guess it's a possibility. Not a problem. I don't know. Don't care. Let's get rolling. There we go. One in the boat. Nice little pike. Medium size. He was a jumper. Jumping all over the place. Caught him on my slip bobber. What do you think of that, bro? What do you think of that, bro? Okay, back home, bud. And he's gone. Let's do that again, baby. There we go. That's another one in the net. It's a nice big northern. Yeehaw. There he is. Oh yeah! Nice little lazy paddle home. 7 o'clock on the dot. It was hot today. At least 24, 25, I'm sure. The sun was strong. Not a cloud in the sky. It was no t-shirt weather from, I'll bet you, 9 o'clock to even 3:30. And then it turned, really got cold, gray, sun was gone, we were done. Slip bobber time. Well, it's been slip bobber time the last 3 hours, but yeah, I didn't think to even, I brought a t-shirt, like a short sleeve t-shirt, and this long sleeve tee. I didn't think I'd need them. I came out with just no t-shirt and life vest, and glad I brought everything. Hat. This hat actually keeps some good heat in, and the gloves, buff on, protect the ears. Just takes a little bit of the chill off. Last couple of casts for the evening. I'm pushing it a little bit this evening. Not necessarily. It's 7 o'clock. I mean, I could go till 8:30, but I don't want to get back to my camp at when it's starting to get dark, because I still have I'm gonna have a meal. I might have some wine. The wind definitely has gone down now, which is just a blessing, because coming back this way with the wind that was pushing me would not be fun. Doable, certainly, but not preferable. Last few little flicks. As a nibble. I just lost a whole drop shot rig to a big pike. He was a monster. Like, I had to jack up my drag. It was going under the canoe, turning me around, and he bit the line off. So I lost all that. It was a good fight. I give him cred. Check out the beaver there. Come on. There we go. That never gets old. Yeehaw! Never gets old. Don't worry, buddies. A little bit of a wind picking up. A lot of a wind. Okay, I'm gonna hit. Boom. Nice save. Yeah, the wind's blowing me. Gotta make me work on the last little bit. I couldn't have a nice little leisurely paddle. Maybe I do take too much gear. I mean, I was gone for 8 hours, so I need some food, I need some backup. If something should happen out there, I've got to have gear with me. If I have to spend a night out there or a number of hours or get wet. So food, gear is what it is. Unloaded. 5 points. That. That sounded bearish. Moving through the leaves, twigs snapping, and then the squirrels going off. Whatever. So I've only bought chips on a couple of trips. I'm like addicted to having them out here. I'm like pounding them with all the beans and chickpeas. I'm not going to make it to the end of the trip. This is my last bag. I brought 3 bags of chips. We are Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and today, Monday. I just opened these ones. They're addicting. Some people would even say they're like a disease. Wow. So I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of chips. It's the end of the trip. I'm having a crisis. I'll pound through the popcorn. I brought a fair amount of popcorn. That will work. I've still got dates, raisins, pumpkin seeds. The eggs are like the hit of the trip too. Really impressed with that. They've stayed cool. Taste amazing. Stop with the chips. Put them away. I know where you are though. I got in the rest of my dinner. I had the chickpea special. You know the one. With red Thai peppers and potato chips. I didn't have that many potato chips because now apparently I've got a ration. I think I might just ration the whole damn bag for breakfast tomorrow. I'm having a little bit of pine tea. I did popcorn. So as you can see here, I've just got a little micro fire. You know how big that pot is. You see how big my hand is. I call it a little micro fire. There's my boot. There's the boot. I wanted to see if I could, on a little micro fire, make popcorn. Answer is yes. And so I'm going to push my luck a little bit. I am brewing up some pine tea. This is actually spruce tea. I think I prefer spruce tea much more. Cedar is awesome too. I don't need a ton of logs, ton of wood. It's just little branches. You just keep feeding it with these little branches and just feed it with the bare minimum to get a cup of coffee boiled. Maybe a tiny pot. Works very well. You don't need a lot of wood, obviously. It's the tiny amount of tinder gets it going. Because as soon as you get that flame going, you're rocking and rolling. And you don't need a big flame. Each one of these could suck your boot out, or off, and out. Walk slowly. I headed out on a little hike. It's too windy out there to go for a paddle at all. I'm not even going to try it. I hiked in about a block through this marsh and saw this. Metal bunk beds. Metal bunk bed. That's pretty wild. I think I know where I'm sleeping the next time I come out. That would be awesome. Just amongst the trees. In the middle of nowhere. On a bunk bed. Welcome to day 5. That means night 4 was last night, if you're keeping track at home. I just got back from my hike, and it's starting to rain, so I'm huddled down inside of my vestibule, and just sort of picking some of the wood ticks off. I think what's even worse than the wood ticks, to some extent, is the phantom wood ticks. Like, you think you know you got one and it's itching, and you can't find anything. And I don't, oh, knew there was something. Man, lost him. I hate that. You find him and you lose. Oh, there he is. Oh, he just wants to jump. There we go. You can see that. Into the burner you go. So I'm going to warm up a little bit with the mug of hot steaming cocoa. Listen to the rain. There's nothing wrong with the rain at all. There is something magical about lying down in a tent, middle of the forest, raining all around you. It's very soothing, very healing, very calming. Smells amazing. That could just be some eggs or coconut oil burning on the stove, but nonetheless, it smells pretty cool out here. It's gray, it's windy, it's gross out there, so it's always nice to be able to come back to a warm, toasty tent and just maybe pass out for an hour or two, listen to the raindrops. Oh yeah. I've got my coffee cup that we all know falls over everywhere. That was yesterday or the day before. It was the day before that this tipped over and bled all over the place. So I bushcrafted, used a little bit of metallurgy, and came up with this invention right here. I'll zoom in on that so you can see the details. And it's, oh, that's a fail. Oh, come on. Oop. Are we buzzing? Are we buzzing? Cocoa ready. There we go. Nice. Boom, shut that down. And let's mix up some cocoa and have a snooze. I want to have a snooze in the forest. Relax. Get some Z's. So I did a little bit of bank fishing. It's still windy. It's still cold. I went along the rock face over there and I got skunked. Nothing. Not even a bite. Not even a fight. I tried my floating Rapala. I tried my slip bobber. I tried a jerk bait. And I tried a buzz bait. And Zippo on all of them, probably about 80, 90 casts. But whatever, it's still fun, and you work on your technique, you're tying your knots, etc. I did find some firewood so that I can do another little micro fire. I'm going to do micro fire popcorn tonight again. That turned out really well. Um, oh, in case you're wondering, this here, yeah, sometimes it gets a little muddy. Sometimes it gets a little oily. Sometimes it gets a little bloody out here. Playing big boy games, you get dirty. But this is actually toothpaste. I schmutzed myself. Whatever. I put this out at night to keep the pirates away, keep them from stealing my boat, messing with me out here. Welcome to day 6. We have some sunshine. Very little wind. Nah, there's still some wind. I think they're saying 20, gusting to 40. I've already had my breakfast. I've done my dishes, cleaned them off with pine boughs. I had eggs fried in coconut oil. Yeah, it was delicious. Just chilling now, planning my day, seeing where the tea's going. Last night was fairly warm once I got into the tent. It was cold, rainy. I was going to make popcorn. I bailed on that. I sat in the vestibule. I had some wine and called it early. It was still 11:30 by the time I got to bed, though. But passed out all night long. Didn't need as much clothing. I didn't wear a toque. I just wore my hoodie, and I didn't need gloves for the first time. It was beautiful. Just my ski socks and sweats. The other two, all the other nights, I needed ski socks, long underwear, sweats. So we're getting a little bit better. Things are improving. The wood ticks were a gong show. But then they kind of died off, or I fell asleep, one of the two. I had to keep picking them off. There's a certain period of time where you're lying in bed and you can feel them on you because you stop moving. You can detect their motion on you. I switched around my sleep orientation so that my head was by the door so that if I picked them off, I could unzip, chuck them out, and zip back up. Find a tick, unzip, chuck, zip up. Nice and quick. As opposed to being the other way around, it means unzipping the sleeping bag all the way so that you can sit up without pulling it in one direction or the other, leaning all the way over, getting cold, unzipping, then getting back in, then fumbling with the zipper to get it all the way back up in the sleeping bag, which is a pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. Come on, coffee, let's go. Daddy needs a caffeine shot. Let's go. I like a really thick coffee. If I can put my spoon in the middle and it stands up on its own. We're getting there. We're getting there. So I stopped for lunch. Beautiful little spot. I had kidney beans, potato chips, and red Thai pepper. I also caught a pike right there. This little medium-sized guy, maybe like 18 inches. I'm also, you can take a peek. I'm also sporting the Patagonia thin long sleeve shirt to accompany my trip. This is the first time I've had it out. I've been looking forward to it all winter long. My sister Denise sent this out to me along with Bob. So thanks, Bob and Denise. This is awesome. It's really nice because it's thin, but it seems to be breathing and it keeps a little bit of sun off me. I burnt my back a little bit yesterday, which is great. I got no problem with burning my back. It's burn your back time of the year. Felt good. It's a little ouchy, but I like it. So thank you so much. I like the color. I think I'm calling it salmon. I know that Patagonia had a much more elaborate name for it. It's nice. It's really nice. It's cool. It looks like it's going to really stand up. So again, thank you, Denise and Bob. Awesome. Just keep it coming. Anything wool, anything Patagonia, anything you would rather see me wear out here, because what I'm wearing is annoying you, I got you. I'll help you out with that. Let's get exploring. One fish today, so far. At least I'm not skunked. I got a nice tailwind here, so I can basically float back home and get a few flicks in. Two for today. 2 northern pike, 2 jack, woodpecker back there. It is 7:23 and the sun is hot. Wind's a little bit cool. Nice one. Still finding wood ticks on me all day long. Even on the water, I can feel one. Even in the canoe. I don't mind saying that those wood ticks are everywhere and in everything. I literally think that the only place where there aren't wood ticks is in the fire. I can't think of anywhere else. I mean, there's a few places I don't want them crawling ever, and there should never be a wood tick anywhere near those places. But I think that the fire is about the only place that that there isn't a wood tick. It's crawling through the food containers, the tent, the clothes, the hat, gloves, boots, socks. spring camping. If you ain't up for wood ticks, you ain't up for camping. Believe me. You talk the talk from your sofa or your little pillow propped up on your bed watching this video. You don't know. You don't know. When these are gone, it's going to be awesome. For a day, and then the mosquitoes hit. But they can be managed. Mosquitoes can be managed. The wood ticks are relentless. I'm going to make a fire. Because, oh, see, look, boom, there's one right there. And you see them? And it's not like I didn't check my head or feel one on there 14 seconds ago. So I'm gonna make a fire because they don't live there. And you know where I do have some decent luck is if I brush everything off. I kind of think I get rid of it, at least maybe only leaving about 25 of them on me, but I'm not noticing them. If I find a rock that's pretty big, that's isolated, I seem to have a little bit of a haven that way. But then the wind blows, or they almost sense you from the grass, from the periphery of that rock, and they're after you anyways. But I'm going to make a fire. I'm going to have some popcorn, and I'm going to also have a rattler. I've been waiting for this. This is the evening of day 6. And I deserve a rattler. By now, well, you know what? The eggs have stayed cold the whole damn time. I've got 4 eggs left for the morning of tomorrow morning. That's day 7 morning. And I've got 4 of those eggs left, and they're cold. I just touched them. And today was a relatively warm day. I mean, hot in the sun the day before. All entirely throughout, the eggs stayed really nice and cool, like little snowballs. But the rattler, not so much. I've got it chilling. There we go. There we go. That's the gold. Oh, yeah. And it's got a chill on it. That's awesome. All right. Let's go, baby. You know, I thought I was going to not appreciate having to climb up and down that there. I thought I was not going to climb up there too many times before I was going to just want to shoot somebody. But it's been well worth it. And I really haven't minded it too much at all. Sometimes you got to work for the view. I'm just going to make a microfire. I just want enough of a fire to get that popcorn popped. I'm not using it for heat. If it's still rocking after that, I might, scrounge a little bit. But generally speaking, I'm going to enjoy my rattler, have the popcorn, and not chase a fire. Relax a bit. Calm things out. Chill. Calm down. 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 And pass out. And pick wood ticks off me. You know the drill. Well deserved. Hard paddle in the wind. It chilled off nicely. I worked for this. Worked hard. Fished for about 6 hours. Caught 2 pike. Yeah, I worked hard. It was hard. Yummy. Yummy. All right, I've got my beverage. Wood is cut and prepped. I call it wood prep. Some biggies there, some intermediaries. Those are just tiny. But that's going to be the fuel. Those are the fuel logs there. Here's a little bit of the kindling. They're just little guys, because I'm going micro. And there's my little micro fire. See? It's the baby. I foraged for some birch bark. Birch bark is the deal when it comes to starting a fire out in the wild. The catch is you've got to always make sure that you've got a foraging bag, something you can stuff it into. Keep it dry in the canoe, but grab it when you see it, because when you want to start a fire last minute, you're not going to find it, and it takes too much time. The big PB, and I don't mean peanut butter. It's the personal best. 7 nights alone in the wild. Damn. Ouch! Not a word of a lie. That was hot. Damn, that was hot. What are you doing? It's the tiny little baby fire. Look at all that. Look how proud I am of that. Look at all that work. What if I don't need any of that? Yeah, like surprisingly, look at it. It's tiny, but there's some heat coming off of that. The carn's popping. I saw swans the other day. 2 big white swans. I think they're trumpeter swans. Pretty spectacular. And we're done. Let's check it out. Salty, coconutty. I've said it before. I'll say it again. It doesn't, you know. Enjoy the popcorn. Enjoy the fire. And have a nice relaxing evening. Put the feet up. See, it's a little baby fire. How awesome is that? Little baby fire, big pot of popcorn. Yeehaw. All right, good night. Night 6. Doing a little dishes. I like to get rid of this as soon as possible, then there's less stickiness, especially when you're talking eggs or fish. It attracts animals, and I don't want to get sick, and it's gross. It gets all over everything. It's not one of the most glamorous parts of camping, but you want to live like a bushman, you got to be able to, or willing to do a little bit of the women's work too. I'm just kidding. Calm down. Don't need to see no comments about that or hear them either when I get back. Out here, you are all things. I get a nice big handful of them so that my fingers aren't mushing around in it either, whether it's fish or egg or whatever. They're pretty dry. I like to have a bit of a handle. And I fold it in And that way you can see I've got the handle going there. And everything else is like a big, green, natural scrubby. And I just go round and round. All done. Sometimes I do two like this. Another little dash of water as more or less a rinse. And what's nice is those pine leaves don't mean nothing. Natural pine smell, pine fresh, pine sol, pine solvent. And I'll make tea out of them later. Anyways, not. It's clean. Done. Bushman clean. Hasn't killed me yet. So that's where the tent is situated. All the way back here, you can see way back there, is that green Cabela's bag, which is the garbage bag. You want to keep it away from the tent. Keeps the animals away. Let them do their thing with it out here. Doesn't attract them close to the tent. And I can hear them rustling around, so it's sort of like an early warning defense system. Plus, I don't have to smell the garbage. Second to that is, some people ask, well, how come it's so close to the ground? Dudes, if I put it up there, a bear would get to it. And I'm not slinging things over branches and throwing. It doesn't work. It's goofy. It's not necessary. If a bear wants it up there, he'll get it. I'll just put it down here. Then I can get to it. Bringing the garbage up and down 4 times a day or more, forget it. And there's my my Cabela's bag for the garbage. My wife says that everything I bring home in a Cabela's bag is garbage. That's some expensive garbage, baby. You can't stop me. I'm addicted to the Bellas. Boom! So there's the coffee, and there's my cocoa. Just enough coffee and cocoa to allow me to have a mocha cafe this morning, which is morning 6, and tomorrow, which is morning 7. They just don't stop. Damn. How do you like my hands-free? I don't have a GoPro, but I have knees. That being said, anybody want to snag me a GoPro? I would love that. All right, enough of that stupidity. Time I've spent out here is starting to show a little bit. Doing a little more talking to myself. Then again, for the 97 nights, well, I've done 96. Tonight is night 97. So for the 97 nights that I have been out alone, I haven't been with anybody. Hence the alone thing. When I go out alone, I prefer to be by myself. Double shot time! Woo! There's a wood tick on me. Gotta be like, and it's right on my ribs, and I can feel him just tickling, like biting in. Before I go all the way with the coffee, It's much easier to stir in that cocoa when you got some space as opposed to slopping it all around. Once I got a good blend on that, just mix up. And we'll continue on with the pour. I should have taken the wood tick off. And you see there's the grounds that are left. Everything stays at the bottom. Nicely brewed in. It's like a poor man's percolator. Percolate on that. Percolate on that, baby. I like, especially in the boat, I like spitting them out. I like having my coffee in the boat and then spitting coffee beans out into the water. That way I feel like a real cowboy in my canoe. Fishing. Coffee and chocolate? Are you kidding? All right. Let's go fishing, baby. I stopped off for a meal. Nice little cove. Gorgeous scenery. I think this is the mainland, but it's certainly nice to be out of the wind a little bit. It's fairly calm today, but it picked up a little bit there. I was starting to get really hungry and just kept fishing. I was like, stop! Must stop. So I stopped for a little bit of lunch. I finished off the last of my potato chips, which is concerning. Next time, pack more potato chips. I'll have popcorn tonight. I'm going to do another micro fire. That worked out really well yesterday. It's really hot right now. It's 6:36 and it's got to be 26, 27. I mean, it feels like 30. So maybe it's just 25, but it's really hot. The sun is really hot. You got that burn to it, which is good. I just feel, after a long winter, alive. I'm alive! Are you alive? I am alive. Night 7 tonight. That is the most that I have ever done. I've done plenty of 2s and 3s. Did a 1 a couple times. Yeah. I've done 1 6 night before, but that's the longest I've gone. It's a 6 night, and so to get in 7 is pretty awesome. I can't believe that I've got that under my belt. That's pretty wild to be in the wild. It's going to be 8 days. 8 days out here, alone. Killer. So to celebrate a little bit, I've got a little bit chilling in the water. Chilling. A little bit of sparkling wine. And I'm going to certainly enjoy this. Not gonna lie, last night it was warm. The last couple of nights have been very warm, but the wood ticks are insane, relentless, like they're obsessed. I checked out the tent just before I left, and they're all over the tent, not on the outside, but on the inside between my tent and the rainfly. They're all in there. 100. Last night, I just kept picking them off. Oh, before I went to bed, I'll get a couple off, I'll just see what I can do just superficially. And I spent a half an hour, a solid half an hour picking off wood ticks to get into bed. And of course, now my head is by the door so I can pick them off, unzip, chuck them out, zip up, but they just kept coming. And I guess they were like coming alive, and then finding their way into the sleeping bag or on top of the sleeping bag and then in, or they were in the sleeping bag, or they're in everything and on everything. Bloody annoying, really annoying, starting to psychologically affect me. Cheers. 7 nights for Steve's show, all alone. That's the 97th night in total since the camping started. Oh, that's good. An icy cold, carbonated wine out in the wild with the sun just pouring down. Lakeside, I'm loaded up for some fishing. I'm going to popcorn later, microfire. Follow that with some pine tea. It'll be a good night. Tomorrow's going to be apparently brutally windy, 40 gusting to 60. Hopefully it's going to be in a direction that allows me to get back home. Or not, whatever. It'll be Friday, is tomorrow. So if something happens, I'll just come back on Saturday or Sunday. Gives me 2 days buffer. That's good juice. So the wood ticks kept coming and coming. I'm obsessed on it. I'm obsessing on it. And then I realized up at the top of the tent, 2 zippers come together that are supposed to zip apart as a vent to get rid of condensation at night, and you usually leave them open, but it's zipped. The wood ticks are getting in this little, like a half the size of the head of a tack, a quarter. Those zippers aren't coming together. I watched them. Because I thought, there's no way they're coming through that, is there? Oh yeah, there's a way. They snaked their way through the teeth of the zipper and parachuted into the tent, onto the sleeping bag, onto the clothes, onto me if I was underneath it, and that's why I couldn't figure out. I'm like feeling on my head, my neck, my shoulders. I would check everything, and then I would feel another one. I'm like, how did I miss it? Like, that was sort of the thing. How am I missing these? So they just kept coming and coming and coming. So I plugged it up. I made almost like a cigar shape out of some toilet paper, because that's the only thing that was malleable enough to get up in there, and then jammed the zippers up against it and plugged it. And I saw them trying to go around. They seemed to be going around and around and around. And then the more that they messed, the more that they slid back down the tent. It seems like they want to crawl to tops of things. And as soon as they get to the top, they either stay there or they go down. I'm not sure if motion or carbon dioxide or your body heat activates them. Don't know. Don't care. Hate them. Hate them. That's one thing I won't miss about camping this time of year. That early spring, April, May, the ticks are crazy. I'm going to have to look for a site that's just rock. And that typically is going to be a lot more windy, but I'll be able to secure it as long as that island, it'll be an island, because everything else has trees, grass, shrubbery on it, whatever. It's got to have enough rocks to secure everything. I think I need 16 rocks, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I need 22 decent sized rocks to keep everything down. And I mean, that's doable. It'll stay down, especially with my gear in it or when I'm in it. And maybe I won't go too far. And I'll probably have to get an anchor, some sort of an anchor, in case the whole thing just goes, it won't go too far. All right. That's enough vino. Let's do a little bit of fishing and just enjoy the weather. It's just gorgeous. It's so hot. It's blazing. Love it. I got my little microfire going. Night 7. Farewell night. Chuck some popcorn on there. The tent is covered in wood ticks. Best way to put it is I couldn't almost get in the door because there were so many. I started picking them off and then realized I need to wipe them off. Like, not handfuls, but like, a quarter of a handful. Wow, there's so many. So I'm going to brush them off the door, get inside, and then do a tick check on the clothes I bring in on me, the clothes that I'm going to put on, and the sleeping bag. I should be good for only finding 200 after that. First pop. There we go. It was threatening to rain a little bit. There were a good number of drops, but I just crashed on, made my micro fire, prepped the popcorn. We're going with coconut oil again, pink Himalayan salt. Oh, I can smell that already. I rationed out so that I have just enough red Thai peppers for 2 peppers for each meal tomorrow after breakfast. Interestingly enough, I don't do red Thai peppers for breakfast. I may have given you the impression that I have them with everything. Not breakfast. Go figure. Although, I wonder what the eggs tasted. Oh, that's something I'm going to have to try next time. Salt. Spicy, salty eggs. Okay. Bucket list. Or to-do list. It's more the to-do list than the bucket list, really. Bucket list. Speaking of which, did I mention that tonight is the 7th night alone in the wild? Time flies out here. Does not seem like 7 days. I like these little campfire chats. Done. I'm calling it. Again, just to give you an idea, it's a little baby fire. There's the boots. Love my boots. Steel-toed, steel-soled, insulated rubber boots with tie-up tops to keep the, I thought it was to keep the water out, to keep your feet warm. Nope, it's to keep the wood ticks out. The verdict is freaking ridiculous. I also have some sparkling wine left over. It's not really left over, I saved it. It's all about rationing. It's all about rationing when you're out in the bush. Living the life lifestyle. The life rice style. Still cold. And still bubbly. Like me. See, life is rough out here in the bush. It's tough to find someone to put your sparkling wine glass that won't tip over. Not comfortable with that over there, but I'm going to chance it. Fire's doing killer. It started raining for a little bit. Pretty good. I had to run into my vestibule with the wood ticks. There's one. 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 Yeah. But the fire's doing relatively well out there. I jacked it with a couple more logs, and it seems to have survived the rain. It's actually gotten a little bit bigger. It is, I would say, showering right now. Oh, just started full on raining. But I'm enjoying my glass of wine. Ah, crap. I was going to say I was going to brave this, but that's too much. Okay. Damn. Grab my chair. Head to the vestibule. Oh! So that's dumb. Coming down pretty good out there. I don't think microfire is going to survive that. But it's all good. I'm in here with, got my wine. I'm dry. I mean, I got wet a little bit. I grabbed my chair and took a quick look around to see if there was anything out there that shouldn't be out there. Right there, if you can see that, mosquito. Shoot me now. There's wood ticks all over the door. Well, I'm dry. Me and the ticks and the mosquitoes are dry. I got vino. That's not the first mosquito I've seen this year, but the first one I've seen out here. Bouncing around like a dumbass. Awesome. Well, that was dumb. That's the second time I had to run into the vestibule because it was raining. Just too hard to stay out. I don't want to get soaked, and then you're soggy and whoa, and wood ticks. It ain't worth it. So I went inside and kept it dry. The fire managed to survive. Micro's going well. And I've got my last little sip of vino. Seven nights. Wow. I keep feeling like there's wood ticks on me. That's sort of it. It's like phantom wood ticks now. Phantom wood ticks. Because you think they're there, and it's actually even worse. So I'm feeling the real things and the phantom ones. I feel covered in wood ticks. Haunted by wood ticks. They're after me. 8 days alone with wood ticks. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Touch and go at times, though. It was a little bad. Loving the fire. Heat's nice. That rain just makes everything smell amazing. Wood fire. I could just still be smelling the popcorn. Morning. Night 7 last night. Dealt with the wood ticks. Weren't as bad as before. but I think it's just because I'm used to them. Got some oatmeal on deck. It's a big bag. It's a big day. It's pack up day. Tear down. I think the wood ticks weren't as bad just because I'm used to them a little bit. The shock of them has sort of dissipated, I guess. Got my toasty tush and my oatmeal. Head down to the New to Me and have a breakfast with a view. Here, out in the wild. Can't believe I made it 8 days. My bro here didn't do quite as well as me. Didn't make it. I was waiting for my coffee to brew and you know, singing some tunes. Speaking loudly, shouting obscenities, because you can. I mean, why wouldn't you out here? And around the corner came 2 geese that just looked like they had, it was like, what is going on over there? That's an alien. We're seeing this. If you tell anybody what we saw or heard, we will never be invited anywhere else again. Oh man. I'm inside my tent just to pack up clothes, everything internal to the tent. I'm in here like 10 minutes just picking off wood ticks. Me, clothing, the walls, like just relentless. I can see them. It's like spiders from Mars everywhere. There's one. I don't know. There's one over there. There's one on my hat. One right there on top of my tent. Oh, get the wood ticks. That's just awesome. Look at this. I just picked, I stopped counting. It was like 67 or something. And they just keep coming. I don't know where they're like on the same spots that I've already gone over. Tap it on the door so they all fall off, chuck some more out, hopefully into the wind. Woo! Damn! It's like Space Invaders. Camp is broken down. The end of day 8, 4:28. It is windy out there. 30 gusting to 60 at least. There's white caps out there. It is a headwind all the way back. If I can't make it back, well, I get to go camping again. It's gonna be a battle. I'm gonna have to go beast mode. Just ridiculous out there. Should only be normally about a 40, 50-minute paddle. It may be an hour or two in 40 and 50 minutes. We'll see how it goes. Beast mode! Thank you, Sight. You were awesome. That was an incredible adventure. And now I'm going to pay for the ride home. This one's gonna cost me. I know it. This one's gonna hurt. Suck it up, Buttercup. Let's go. Right. It's 5 o'clock. Still windy as all heck. Gonna be a battle. But I've loaded up the canoe. Jenga again. I've got some cute rocks for weight in the front. A couple rods. Heavier barrel in the front. Antlers, of course. Garbage bag. Dry bag, stove, boots, fishing gear, laundry in the black bag. Jacket, because I haven't got a clue what to wear out there. It might be freezing or it might be warm. Boots. All my sleep system in the gray bag. Toasty tush. Day bag. That is the Possibles barrel. I've got my Tinder bag under there. Chair. Fishing rods. I weighted it to the front because I'm going to be having a headwind and you want your weight to the wind. But you don't want a whole bunch of, you want to sail, which that kind of looks like a little bit. But it is what it is. It's got to go on. It's got to be done. Let's have some fun. We'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to know I'm alive after this and I'm fighting for my life. It's going to be a tough paddle. But I've got candy. I've got tunes. Man, that's windy out there. I'm going to see if my hat stands up to the wind. So far, so good. Let's rock and roll. You see that water over there flowing from left to right? That's supposed to be flowing from right to left. And that's the way I'm going. I made it. What normally would have taken a half an hour or less took just over an hour. But don't forget, you're easily paddling at 4 times the intensity. Feels good. That was a little worrisome. I wasn't sure I was going to handle that. The waves were probably about a foot. But I just kept at a fairly decent angle to them, like a right angle. Slightly less than a right angle, so I kept hitting the waves pretty much dead on. But it was a lot of left-hand paddle work. So that was an awesome trip. 7 nights, 8 days. Fishing. Good food. Treats. Vino. Oh, I can't wait to do it again. But I need some downtime. Still a lot of work. I am still picking wood ticks off of me, and I can see them crawling around on the gear from an hour ago in the wind, in the water. See? Wood tick. They just are not giving up. They know their lives are short. I'm gonna find them, and whoever I don't find, you're gonna have a ride in the dryer. That's where you're going. You're going bye-bye. See ya. On that note, see ya.